Red Bun Means we're live, a casual take with your boy Stephen Pepper, here to give a take off my chest. So yesterday, Dak was at a charity event and he was asked by the media about the Eagles, and he said something so funny that I almost spat out my Gatorade that I was drinking when I read it. He said he believes that the Cowboys are, quote, very close to the Eagles. Close. Dak, what do you mean by close? No one is more delusional than a Dallas Cowboy, okay? I think it's in their job description at this point. Whether it's this Dak comment or Micah the other day saying they're winning the NFC East or Jerry Jones every offseason sitting on his hand, no one overvalues the roster more than Dallas. And yes, the Cowboys do have the top end stars, expensive talent. But what about the supporting cast that, wins championships? The Cowboys don't have a wide receiver, too, a run game, an offensive line isn't that good. They had holes all over the place. So I just can't buy that you're very close to the Eagles when a record number of Americans just saw the Eagles destroy a dynasty in the Super Bowl when you miss the playoffs. Like, even a blind man can tell that you're a piece away from being 10 pieces away from even sniffing the Eagles level. Get out of here. Not even close. But I don't blame Dak as for him being the reason why the Cowboys aren't close to the Eagles. No, I actually think you could argue that the Cowboys have the better quarterback. I don't think it's crazy to say even after, and he even mentions the Eagles hosting the trophy, even after Jalen Hurts hoisting the MVP trophy, that, hey, Dak's the better quarterback. I think Dak's criminally underrated. But what separates these two organizations' successes is the front office. And I thought this season made it painfully obvious. I don't think anyone's running a better show right now than Jeffrey Lurie and Howie Roseman. I mean, when it comes to the savvy salary cap manipulations, aggressive free agency spending, and just hitting home run after home run in the draft, you compare that to Jerry Jones, it makes the Cowboys look like a reality TV show where Jerry just has no idea what he's doing. Take a look at their off seasons last year. It couldn't be more different. Were they going into that summer, they actually started in the same place, coming off embarrassing first-round exits. And flash forward a year later, the Eagles just won their second Super Bowl in 8 years, whereas Dallas has been desperate to get back to that stage in 30 years, missed the playoffs. Because, well, I don't know, the Eagles kind of went out in free agency and got the future offensive player of the year in Saquon Barkley, got a future first-team All-Pro and linebacker in Zach Bond, drafted 2 future Defensive Rookie of the Year finalists in Cooper DeJean and Quinyon Mitchell. What did the Cowboys do? When their, quote, all-in offseason was headlined by Zeke Elliott in 2024. Zeke Elliott. Their Saquon Barkley was on the table, mind you. And Derrick Henry, they said, no, we good. We're not paying him. Even though no one really wanted him and he was cheap. And don't even mention their draft picks. Oh, my gosh, they were so relevant this season. I can't even remember their names. That's the difference between the Cowboys. And I don't want to hear that, oh, my gosh, dude, give the Cowboys a break. They're held down by Dak and CD's contract. Dude. Let's not act like the Eagles also aren't paying a $50 million quarterback and a $30 million wide receiver. But they still won the Super Bowl because they are smart enough to work around it. That's what makes the good teams great, is because they have smart organizations. Exhibit A, look at the cap hits between these two quarterbacks. Mind you, Jalen Hurts got paid, $50 to $55 million a year before Dak. And Dak's cap hit next year is $90 million, $17 million more than Deshaun Watson at second place. You know where Jalen Hurts is at? All the way down at 18th at $21 million. Hurts has a lower cap hit than Aaron Rodgers, Jared Goff, Baker Mayfield, Geno Smith, Kyler Murray, Matt Stafford, and Derek Carr. You can literally combine Hurts' cap hit with Patrick Mahomes's, and it still won't go up to Dak Prescott. Because it's what I've been saying for the last season on this show, is that teams that win consistently in this league are not dependent on their players, but by who runs the show upstairs. I mean, just take a look at the Commanders, a team that was awful my entire life, gets new ownership, gets new management, boom, NFC Championship. NFC Championship, a game that Dallas hasn't been to in 30 years. Hell, the Eagles are so well run that they took the Cowboys offensive coordinator from the past, brought him in as theirs, won the Super Bowl. Won the Super Bowl. Because that's the difference. Jerry Jones thinks that because he won a couple of Super Bowls 30, 35 years ago, that it's his way or the highway. And his way has been detrimental to the team. The Dallas, I don't blame Dak for making these comments. He's a competitor at the end of the day, but it is delusional. But that's what the Cowboys have been for 30 years. Delusional. They grossly overvalue their roster because they're extremely top heavy. They have the stars. Dak, CD, Micah is almost as good as a big three it gets in this league. They don't got a wide receiver. Number two, they don't got a run game. Defense, offensive line, the stuff that wins championships, they don't got that. It's declining, but they think they do. So they overvalue how far they're going to go. Jerry Jones sits on his hands, and the players think that they're going to go to the Super Bowl. And that's their problem. So no, they're not close to the Eagles. That's delusional. But let me know what you guys think. I appreciate everyone for tuning in to this episode of A Casual Take. Follow my social media to stay updated on all things related to the show. Until next time, see you.